What's up, home studio engineers, guitar players, musicians, artists, whatever the case may be? This is Joe from Madness Recording Studios, and today we're taking a look at this Agile Chiral Nirvana 8-string Satin Purple. Let's get into it. This guitar has a swamp ash double cutaway body with a burl ash top. It also has a contoured back for comfort. The pickups are Fishman Fluence MH8 Alnico in the neck and ceramic in the bridge. The bridge hardware is Enthusiast Headless saddle tuners, and that is also on the headstock where the strings get clamped into the guitar as well. That is Enthusiast hardware too. It's got a push-pull for the pickup voicing, one volume, one tone, and a 3-way toggle switch. The neck is a 3-piece Wenge maple neck with a rich light fretboard. 24 stainless steel frets. The scale length is 25.5 to 28 5/8, and the neck radius is 13.7 inches. Before we get into the review, I just want to talk about what drew me to this instrument. There was two things that really drew me to it. One was the Fishman Fluence pickups. I love these pickups. And a rich light fretboard. On a guitar of this price range, I didn't even think I'd find one with a rich light on it. All my rich light guitars are fairly expensive. Yes, they have other options, but still, none of my cheap guitars or mid-range guitars have rich light. It's all my expensive ones. And to see that combined with the Fishmans at the price range of just under $1,000, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's try it. Let's get it. Let's see what happens. So those two things are what really drew me to this guitar. Now let's get into the review. First, we'll talk about the frets. Not bad at all. For this price range, it's about what I expect. They are not perfect, but it's not garbage either. From about maybe the 13th and up, you can start to feel it on the high E string side. But the way I play anyway, a lot of people play with their wrists like that. I can't do that. It hurts my wrist. I play pretty flat with my wrist straight. So if anything, I'm going to really feel a crappy fret job. And I feel nothing. It doesn't leave any marks. It doesn't cheese grade me. Nothing like that. It actually feels pretty good, pretty comfortable, and it's pretty easy to play. Speaking of that, the access up here, I'm not a lead player, but I'm trying to learn. It's pretty good. I mean, I have guitars where I get to about right here and I hit the guitar body. So I have to work to get there. There's no effort at all. I can use my pinky, ring finger, middle finger, forefinger, thumb. Just kidding, I don't play like that. But the access is great on this guitar. You will have no problem, any frets. Doesn't matter what string it is either. Up here, for me, it's a little tough. But as far as playing leads, you're probably not going to be up here on the F sharp string to play lead. You'll be down here. From the 6th string and below, easy access, no problem. While we're on the subject of the frets and the fingerboard, what I don't like is this nut right here. It's got a sharp edge. I can actually feel it. Again, I play with my wrist pretty flat, so I'm going to run into it when I'm doing maybe open chords or just stuff down on this low register of the guitar. I can actually feel it. It actually kind of hurts a little bit. I wish there was something they could do about that. I don't know, because filing it off, the string would probably fall out. You probably can't put a rubber coating or anything on there. I don't know. I just wish they could do something with it. As far as this hardware goes up here, I will let you know in a further video, because I haven't changed the strings on this. And I've had a couple of headless where I ran into problems where I actually got rid of them because the hardware up here made changing the strings an incredible pain in the ass. So I didn't want to deal with it. I even took it to a guitar tech who had an incredible pain in the ass, just like I did. Because for whatever reason, some models have a little pressure plate on the bottom and the screw on the top. The string goes between the screw and the pressure plate, and for whatever reason, I guess the pressure plate might have been popped up a little bit, but the B and high E string, I could not get them to go in there. I actually was ready to take that guitar and take a sledgehammer to it, but I took it to the tech instead, and he had problems with it too, so I just got rid of it. So again, an update on this hardware when I actually do a string change and when I do maybe a 6-month or a year review, we'll see. As far as the playability of the neck, it's very smooth. It's a satin neck, of course, like the rest of the guitar, so it's very, very smooth. I feel nothing as far as like sanding problems or finish problems. It's like playing on glass. It's an open pore, so yes, you can feel the pores, but it's not to where it's detrimental to your playing. So all this stuff is great. I love this part of the guitar. All right, so now we're going to move on to the body and all the other stuff. The only thing I found with the body, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers talk about how to be expected from Rondo, like stuff stuck in the finish, like maybe grit or some sand got stuck in there when they were finishing or whatever. I have no problem on this guitar like that. There is nothing like that on this entire guitar. The finish is almost perfect. Why is it not perfect? Because right here, the transition between the cap, it's not really a cap, it's a veneer, but between the cap and the body is very noticeable. I mean, I can stick my nail. Yep, sticks it right there. It's not smooth. This one, you can't even tell. This, it's prominent. Does it affect your playing? Can your forearm feel it? Not really. I can't feel it with my forearm, but it's just something to take note of. On a guitar of this price range, that shouldn't be able to feel the transition there. It could be, I have car hands too. I do body work on cars, and I'm used to feeling for discrepancies and inconsistencies. Maybe that's why I can feel this so prominently, but I'm pretty sure it's not just me having sensitive hands. It's pretty significant. Like I said, it doesn't detract from the playability of the instrument. You won't even notice it on your forearm, but it's just something to call out. If you're going to spend almost $1,000 on a guitar, you need to know every little thing that's flawed or maybe inconsistent. But the rest of the body, the finish, the paint is beautiful. The pickups, when I got it, were kind of installed. They were like slanted. Like this part was higher than this part for both of the pickups, so I had to straighten them. And also when I got it, this pickup, it seemed like it had no support. I could push it down and it would stick. I actually had to pull the pickup up to get it level again. It's not doing that now. Whatever spring mechanism's in there seems to be working now. So that's good. But if you get one of these, check that. Make sure your pickups are seated properly. Make sure they're not free floating, like you can push it and it stays and then pull it. You want the actual mechanism to do its job. You want the screw to hold it. You don't want it to be loose off of the screw. This one was when I got it. Fixed itself. I didn't do anything to it. It fixed itself somehow, but just something you should know. Did it affect the tone? No. The electronics in this, there's no problems at all. Sounds great right out of the box. So, knobs, they feel great. Push-pull, solid. Doesn't feel like it's going to come off anytime soon. Same with this one. This one feels great. Feels solid. Toggle switch. I don't like toggle switches. I like blade switches, but for a toggle switch, this one feels pretty good. And I don't like toggles because to me, they always feel chintzy. Like every guitar I have, the toggle feels like it's going to break in a few months. They never do, but it just feels that way. I just like blades, but all the hardware up here is good. The bridge is good too. I had one problem with it. I'm going to see if you can hear it. Hear that? I don't know if the washer's bad or because I mean they look like Teflon because they're white from what I'm looking here. If it got smashed or if it's bad, but sometimes at certain points you can hear that grinding. Speaking of that tuning, the tuning stability on this is pretty good. It's all screwed up now because I just did that, but the stability on this thing is pretty good. I had to tune it when I took it out of the box, and I haven't had to tune it since then. Other than that, right here, the bridge is good. These tuning keys, feel solid, except this one, like I said before, they feel solid. They don't, but they're not so hard you have to be a freaking professional bodybuilder to turn them. They're stiff, they're solid, but they're workable. They're not, you can easily turn them. There's no problems tuning the guitar. I haven't even got to where I bought them to mount yet, and I've messed with these things quite a bit. There was a video talking about the room here. I guess maybe they fixed that because I have no problems here turning this. Plenty of room for my finger down on the high E end for this tuning key to turn it. No problems at all. What else can we talk about on this? Yes, the routes. You probably think I'm going to call them out. Nope, they're actually really good. There is no tool marking at all. Even when I have bad eyes, so I might not be able to see, but even when I run my hand on it, or my finger, there is nothing. There's no divots, no chips, no marks, nothing where you can see the CNC machine go in for the first route and then start doing its thing. None of that here. Even on the pickup side, the routes are really good, tight. I also like the fact that it's recessed. The cavity here, the cap's recessed. The bolts for the neck to the body are in recessed. The neck joint is good. No issues, it's flush. I've had them to where there's big gaps and it concerns me like with the neck moving, but this one's tight and flush. It's really good. I'm not worried about that at all on this. Really? Oh, there is one more thing I wanted to bring up because I've had this happen too. I've had guitars with active pickups not come with a battery. This came with the battery. That made me happy because nothing I hate worse than pulling my guitar out of the box, wanting to jam on it, and then I have to go find a battery. But this came with the battery. That's really all about the review. I'm really happy with the guitar. 6 months to a year, probably when I do my first string change, I'm going to do an update and let you know how these are and see how long it lasts. So let's move on to my workstation and see how it sounds. See you there. Welcome back everyone, and welcome to my workstation. Now we're going to see how this guitar sounds. The guitar is plugged into my Axe-Fx 3. That is going into my Scarlett 18i20. That is going into my Mac Studio. The Scarlett and the Axe-Fx are an aggregate device, so they're like one interface. This mic is going into my preamp, into the Scarlett, and into my Mac Studio. Let's see if I can show you this real quick. This is what I'm using. I'm using 4 tracks for my guitar. Each track has a GGD Cali oversize in it, and that's all. There's no EQs, no gates, no comps, no nothing. It's just the guitar, the axe, and GGD Cali. Alright, let's see how it sounds. We'll do some cleans first. Now, a little bit of leads. Remember, I can't play leads, so this is just for sound demo purposes. Well, that just happened. That'll go on the review of this when I do the 6-month review if this keeps persisting. But we'll see. Can't even bend a string. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the video. I just wanted to throw this quick update about the broken string. I'm going to throw a picture up as well. As you can see, the saddle is missing from this component. That is why the string broke. It sucks, but on the upside, I contacted customer service and they immediately responded back to me, and they are shipping me out a replacement component for the high E string. And I'm not sure when I'm going to get it. I'll get the shipping notification, but in light of that, I decided not to do a demo of the guitar in a mix. I might record a song later with it and then just post it on my channel. But I just want to get this video out there, get some content on my channel. So I decided not to do a full demo mix. Alright guys, that's the latest update. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. I hope all of you have a great day. Take care.